elections matter. We've set it up at this table. We've had conversations about what this process was going to be like, and it has played itself out to a T in terms of Republicans sitting there going, oh, we need to get information. Oh, no, I cannot pass on this at all. And then they have a little sidebar conversation. Everybody get all chummy, and they negotiate a way for them to capitulate.
And don't get anything out of it.
And don't get a daggone thing out of it.
That is not a negotiation. That's not what you're supposed to get something. And they didn't get anything. Everything that they asked for was not on the table. You have to give and take, but they almost got nothing. And I think this is on this Tuesday night where we're looking at a Senate race in Michigan especially, and what's going to happen in November. This is why it matters who the leaders are.
And this is why the Senate's in place, Simone.
This is absolutely why the Senate is in play. And I personally think this is why Susan Collins has come out saying she will not support Todd Blanche. Susan Collins in a very tight, I think tighter than she would like, race happening in Maine this fall. But here's the thing. I think voters see through all of this. I don't think voters are stupid, and I don't know if, matter of fact, I'm positive that Susan Collins alone will not stop Todd Blanche from becoming the next Attorney General of the United States of America.
They can lose two.
So they've lost Susan Collins right now. She's concerned, but we have not had there's not a vote on the floor yet, Judge. I would also put the politics in there. Lisa Murkowski is another senator
could be two right
out of
there.
Alaska. She could be number 2. Lisa Murkowski not up again until 29, I do believe.
And hasn't said anything.
Yes.
Big
hasn't
quiet as
said
a
a
church
word.
mouse.
If we just take a step back, there's the politics of this, which it's bad business. But there's also the fact that Todd Blanche has made questionable, shall we say, decisions as the Deputy Attorney General, as the acting Attorney General now. I want to read to you Susan Collins' statement, and then I'll get your thoughts. This is Susan Collins tonight. While I believe Mr. Blanche is a capable lawyer, the Department of Justice has become increasingly political. Mr. Blanche has taken several actions that have further eroded the department's independence, and that is the basis for my vote to oppose his confirmation. You think he's a capable lawyer?
I do not think he's a capable lawyer. I think his performance as acting Attorney General has been shameful. That's why he is being investigated as we speak by 2 complaints to the New York grievance committee here for ethical violations. Two different cases are investigating this guy. Why would you have an attorney general who's being investigated for ethical violations? Now, what we don't talk about enough, we talk about this new negotiation thing. But hey, he approved these things in the first place. He helped write them. He gave the president a pass for $100 million possible dollars of back taxes owed. He wrote that, for sure, forever. Very strong statement. He also created this slush fund and went with it. Now, all of a sudden, he denies that he once said it was a mistake, which he said in front of witnesses to Senator Durbin. But OK, he denies that. But now he says it's dead. Well, I've got news for you folks, all of you who are watching and here. It's not dead. It's alive.
And it should be for a whole lot of reasons, especially all the ones you mentioned.
It should be dead.
It should be dead. And it should be clear to the American people it's dead. And that's the part that, the lawyer side of my brain in looking at this said, wait a minute, Donald Trump was both the plaintiff and the defendant. Mm-hmm. And his lawyer represented both parties. The plaintiff, Donald Trump, the defendant, the president, and the government. So he was sitting here, he writes a judge, if this came before your court, when you stopped laughing at the lawyer in front of you, representing both interests, saying, hey, we've agreed, but then you look at the document and say, wait a minute, I see you've signed on behalf of the government, but there's no signature for the plaintiff. Where's Donald Trump's signature in this? Because that's the piece that I don't understand. And Cornyn used to be a prosecutor. He's a lawyer. He understands what this means. How do you have a document in which you have one lawyer representing both parties of interest, purportedly, but you only have one signature?
Right. I understand that. And so did the judges who have ruled that this was all a sham. Judge Williams in Florida said it. Judge Brinkman in Maryland has been saying it. Come on, it doesn't take a genius to see that this is a plain conflict of interest. The same parties on both sides, the same lawyers on both sides. That's why when you ask me, is this lawyer a good lawyer? Is he qualified for this position? No. When you look at the attorneys general in our history, this guy just does not measure up, and he should not be confirmed. And when Senator Cornyn said, well, there's nothing much else I could do. Well, hey, you could vote against him.
You could vote no.
Yeah, he said, I don't know what else I could have done. Well, I have really simple message for the guy. Don't vote for him on the floor.
There you go.
You don't have to vote for him on the floor. Sometimes senators say, just because I voted in committee doesn't mean I have to vote on the floor.
Right.
I just wanted to advance it to the full Senate. Okay, let's see if we can find another Republican, maybe two more, and that would be the end of it. But it really wouldn't be, because then he'd be acting attorney general for the remainder of the president's term.
Which is why I said, Eugene, this was a win-win for Trump, by the way.
Absolutely. He would remain acting attorney general, which is the same thing throughout the term. Now, you just have to know what's been going on at the DOJ. Lawyers have been leaving in droves. They can't even get young attorneys to go there.
Leaving and being fired.
Well, that too,
removed
for
from from the DOJ.
For sure. They fired the ones who worked on previous prosecutions, and the others are leaving voluntarily because they can't stand what they see. They can't get young lawyers to go there.
Let's talk about the DOJ and kind of the damage that's already been done. Because, there is one thing, the back and forth in the politics about whether or not Todd Blanchard is going to have the top job actually this time. But at the end of the day, the damage that has been done to the DOJ, within the DOJ, ranks like you're talking, but also the respect that the ways in which judges believed the government when they would come before them.
So I'm ready for that, having been a longtime judge. We used to believe in something called the presumption of regularity, which meant we trusted government attorneys. We trusted Department of Justice attorneys. That is dead. There is no trust left in the judiciary. Judge after judge has caught these people.
What does that do to our justice system? That lack of trust?
Not good. Not good. We've seen them get indictments that have been tossed out for failing to follow procedures. We've seen them have to admit that they never had a case. We just saw that with the reflecting pool. It was so embarrassing. This has happened over and over again. Indictments have been tossed. The Comey indictment was tossed. Maybe the second Comey indictment will be tossed. It's just not measuring up. These are not acting like professional attorneys. I've been stunned, and I think judges around the country, both appointed by Republican presidents and Democratic presidents and President Trump, have been ruling against what's going on.